I finished putting together the CNC machine, and I wanted to show you what it looks like here before I add anything else to it. So this is, I still got some parts and stuff sitting on the front of it there. I did get a new lead screw that's not rusted, and here is how it works. So this is the gantry that will move back and forth along the y-axis, which is along the length of the table, and the x-axis moves this way, and the z-axis will move up and down like this. Alright, so here is what it would look like to install the router. So I'll just kind of set it in here for right now. We've got the power switch, so we want to make sure that that is accessible. So we'll put that facing forward and put this in here, and then let me just kind of hold it in place here while I tighten it. Okay, the router's in, mounted securely, and the cables would be hung out of the way, but you can see that this is how it would look. I need to lower this router, so this is way too high from the cutting surface right now. So let me loosen this up a bit, and let's take the router down some. Okay, so getting this, I've not actually had this put together in a long time, so I forget some of the problems that I was having. But one of the problems that I had previously when I was first working on this is the x-axis was loose, so I have tightened that x-axis up. Sorry, the z-axis, the up and down. So the z-axis was loose, so I've since tightened that, so it's not, if we kind of hold it in place here, it's fairly rigid. I mean, I'm moving it just because my hand's here, so the whole x-axis is moving a bit, but there's if we try to push down on it, it's fairly rigid. I mean, it's made out of wood, so there is some give, and we might need to lower this a bit. When we put the spoiler board on here, we'll have to see. I'll have to look at this. If I need to, I could always work out something to lower this mount a little bit. But for right now, that's kind of the idea. Is the router would sit in here, and it can go back and forth like this, and along the x-axis like this, and the z-axis up and down, and cutting the whole time. So let's see, some of the other things I want to point out is the z-axis will be driven by a lead screw. So the lead screw will go through here and down like that, and as this turns, there will be a capture nut. This is a anti-backlash capture nut, and that will raise the router up and down. But this is the only lead screw on this machine. Everything else is going to be driven by chains. So the other motors are going to have these sprockets connected to the motors. Here's one of the stepper motors right here. And so the sprocket will fit on the end just like that, and that will be driven on a chain. So one of the motors will fit about like this, and it will be attached to the lead screw directly, and that's the only lead screw in the machine. There will be another motor that will be mounted this way, right about here, and there'll be a chain going across here. And as this motor turns and this gear turns, it will pull itself across that chain back and forth this way. And then there will be another board that I need to mount on the top here across this, so that there can be another motor mounted this way, so that it will be turning like this and back that way, also with the sprockets, and that will cause it to pull itself along two chains on either side of the gantry to pull the entire gantry back and forth like this. So that's the idea, and I'm making progress. So it's all back together, and now it's a matter of, I'll probably have to be taking this apart several more times to drill more holes and create the motor mounts and get everything lined up properly. But it is together, and I can kind of see now for the first time that I can remember how it's all going to work. So, all right, well, I'm going to get this video out so that you have a better idea of how the CNC machine is mechanically going to operate, and we'll continue on in the next video. I'll be connecting the motors and getting the lead screws and the chain drives working. All right, that's enough for this video. Bye.